What's up, y'all? Welcome back to MSM Audio. I'm Tim. Thank y'all for tuning in. Arpeggiated chords versus chords. Which track wins? So I had a viewer leave a comment under a previous video I did reviewing Contact 8, the Contact 8 Patterns tool, which you know is an arpeggiator and a sequencer. So in my demonstration, I sequenced chords, but I didn't arpeggiate them. So this is the comment that the viewer left under my video. He says, maybe I missed it, but are you only using one note on purpose? The power of the arpeggiator comes when you play chords. With one note, it only gives you rhythm and octaves. So I agreed with what he said. I just used chords in my demonstration. I didn't use arpeggiated chords, but that's just how I chose to use it for that video. But I was working on a track for another video for Super 8, which I believe is a free plugin by Native Instruments. And it had me thinking, because I did use chords in that track, and I'm like, what would the same track sound like with arpeggiated chords? So I created the same track, layered some drums and percussion, and just arpeggiated the chords. So they both use the same sounds, they're just slightly different. So I'm gonna play clips of both tracks and decide which is better, why or why not. But first, I'm gonna play this preset I found in Super 8. It's called Afterlife, and I'll just play the chords that I liked. All right, and same chords, arpeggiated. Right. So now I'm gonna play the clips. First, I'm gonna do just the chords. Let's play that one first. See how it sounds. Okay, same chords, arpeggiated. Okay, so the first one with the chords, right? It's a lot of space and openness. So I'm thinking maybe bring in a complementary sound, and then I can loop in a different rhythm and melody around those chords to help push the song along, keep things progressing, right? The arpeggiated version, the arpeggiated chords, they add a color, some character, and the arpeggiated chords themselves serve as a driver of the track, and you can kind of build around that to keep the song moving along. So, which one wins? They both win, in my opinion, right? Both styles win. Just depends on which direction you want to go, what the track calls for. So they both win, and ultimately, creativity wins. And that's really my overarching point in all of this, right? Before that viewer's comment, I was operating from a really rigid standpoint of creativity, right? And it was just a reminder to stay open creatively, to stay aware of my creative landscape, right? Before, I'm operating from a rigid creative space, right? I found the chords and I just went ahead with what I felt. Whereas if I would have been operating from, excuse me, staying aware of my creative landscape, I would have kept in mind, okay, if I'm working with chords, I can arpeggiate them. You know, you have your basic chord progressions. You can experiment with different chord progressions. You can change the key. I could have looked at the chord progressions that I'm using here on Machine. I could have switched them around and added some different progressions myself, and it would have changed the character, the tone of the entire track, and just have me operate at my peak creativity instead of staying so rigid in my approach. So that's really the biggest thing that I took away from the viewer's comment, and I'm actually very thankful for it because, again, you know, you can get stuck in your creative approach. Once it gets comfortable, you find something that's working for you and just stay there. But you got to remember to break the rules and break your tendencies, right? And that's really my overarching theme. So both styles win, both tracks win, but ultimately creativity wins. Thank y'all for tuning in. Stay positive, stay purposeful, stay creative. Most of all, keep going. See you on the next one. Emerson Audio.